Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip from the plus-sized park hoppers where they go to a restaurant to see if they can fit into the booth, which caused the comments section to go ballistic. They normally go to amusement parks and test whether or not they can fit into rides to let other plus-sized people know if they too would fit, but in this video, it's a restaurant booth. Some people are shocked and say they've never wondered whether or not they could fit into a booth. Others bring up the size of the ice cream sundae that they order, which is called the kitchen sink, and is so big it contains an entire can of whipped cream. We're going to be taking a look at that clip, reading some of the comments, as well as taking a look at a couple bonus clips, so be sure to stick around until the end. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
Have you been dying to eat at Beaches and Cream at Disney World Beach Club, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? Hey.
I've been dying. Oh wait, did you ask whether or not I thought I would fit into a restaurant booth?
Have you been dying to eat at Beaches and Cream at Disney World Beach Club, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? Hey everyone, we're plus
Yes. No, I've never wondered whether or not I would fit into a restaurant.
size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Make sure you like this video and follow us for more plus size Disney tips and tricks. Beaches and Cream Soda
Oh, she's getting really excited.
Shop is a retro-themed diner located at Disney's Beach Club Resort. They serve classic American food like burgers and sandwiches, but are probably best known for their extra-large ice cream sundae, the kitchen sink. If you know
Oh my gosh, dude, everything is on this thing. I see Twinkies, brownies, Oreos, maraschino cherries.
us, you know that we're often thirsty for ice cream, so we were super excited for
I've never heard anyone refer to wanting ice cream as being thirsty for ice cream. That's interesting. I just eat the ice cream. You guys are drinking it? I eat it while it's still solid. I don't wait for it to melt.
this. The seating here consists of half booths and tables with chairs without arms. There was some bar seating with high top chairs as well. We found the seating to be pretty comfortable.
Okay, so we were going to see whether or not we would fit into the restaurant.
For an entree, Ashley got the grilled cheese with tomato soup and added bacon. She said it was super cheesy and the soup was creamy, flavorful, and perfect for dipping. Speaking of dipping, Sarah got the French dip sandwich. This was thinly sliced roast beef, Swiss and au jus on a toasted French
With tater tots. Oh my goodness.
roll. She was honestly surprised by how good it was. My name is Stephanie and I got the cheddar bacon
Hi, Stephanie.
ranch chicken sandwich. This was served on a multi-grain bun. I really liked everything
Multi-grain bread. All right, okay. Now we're taking our health seriously.
on the sandwich, but the bread was not my favorite. In true diner fashion, the french fries were nice and crispy. Deanna had the Angus beef burger plain with nothing on it. She thought it tasted like a pretty standard Disney burger. The menu also offers vegetarian options and has gluten-free buns available. Now for what we came here for.
The kitchen sink.
The kitchen sink is a massive sundae with scoops of vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, cookies and cream, and mint chocolate chip topped with hot fudge, peanut butter,
Oh my god.
Snickers pieces, fresh baked
They gave her a ladle. Hold on. They didn't give her a spoon.
hot fudge, peanut butter, Snickers
That's a ladle. They're like, here's a ladle. Just ladle it directly into your mouth as if it were a liquid.
pieces, fresh baked brownie, and smothered in
There are Twinkies on there too.
every additional topping they have, along with a whole can of whipped cream. A whole can?
A whole can. Oh my god.
We find this to be a great value at $39. The menu says that this sundae serves 4, but in our opinion, it could serve way more than that. If you want
That sundae is gigantic, and she just took one ladle full out, and that's an entire bowl. Look at the look on her face. She looks like she's really happy to eat this.
to change out any of the ice cream flavors, they'll gladly let you. They also offer
5 minutes later, everything is melted together into this funky mess, and now you can drink it.
a Neapolitan and chocolate lovers version.
Okay, she's still going in there. She's eating everybody's backwash ice cream. I'm sorry to be gross, man. Although they all ladled their own stuff out into their own bowl before they ate it, but either way.
This is a great spot if you're looking for something quick and easy, or if you're thirsty for ice cream after a day in the parks.
Okay, I don't think I've ever been thirsty for ice cream. I have wanted ice cream and then I've ate it. I don't typically wait for it to melt and then drink it though. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna get over that wording. It's weird. Okay, so they just showed us whether or not they would fit into a restaurant. Have you been dying to go to Beaches and Cream restaurant, but you weren't sure if you would fit? Into a restaurant? No? No, they didn't even say and you weren't sure if you would fit into a booth. They were like, have you been dying to go to this restaurant? And you weren't sure if you would fit, making it sound like they might not even fit into the building, right? Like, I tried to go, I couldn't even fit through the door, man, damn it. Dang it, I really wanted that kitchen sink. Now let's take a look at the comments. This comment reads, stop normalizing unhealthy lifestyles. Steph Lovey says, I'm definitely feeling thirsty for ice cream now. Wait, is that one of them? Is that Stephanie? Yes, that's Stephanie. You're the one who narrated this, just like you narrate all of them. So it's funny for you to leave a comment on here and be like, I'm definitely feeling thirsty for ice cream now, when that was you asking, are you thirsty for ice cream or whatever? This comment reads, I have never in my life been worried I was not going to fit in an effing booth at a restaurant. Are you kidding me? I also have never wondered if I would fit into a booth at a restaurant. I've also never wondered if I would fit into the restaurant itself, because that's what they said. You've been dying to go to this restaurant, but you weren't sure if you would fit. This person responds to that and says, at least she fits in a booth, lol. This comment says, I don't think there's any restaurants I can't fit in. This person noticed what I noticed. It was served with a ladle. Yeah, it was. I was like, what are you gonna do with that? They were waiting for it to melt so they could spoon it out like soup because they were thirsty. This person asks, do they have a test booth on the outside so that you can see if you fit? Not yet. Not yet. Thirsty for ice cream after riding scooters all day? I can't believe this. That Sunday could feed 10. This comment reads, at this point I'm only on this app for the comments. Yeah, I always run straight to the comments as well. Anytime there's anything crazy happening, I always run straight to the comments. Something quick and easy, that's 4,000 calories per person. This comment asks an interesting question. Does anyone else feel like the 2X girl is shaming the 5X girl by being able to fit in the rides? This is honestly one of the most passive-aggressive shamings that I've ever seen on the internet. While they often do show the 5X girl not being able to fit into things, and then they have extended scenes of her struggling to fit into things or to get into things. I'm not sure why. This person responds and says, I've never felt like anyone was shaming anyone else in this group. And then he responds and says, but every time she can fit, and then points out her friend cannot. That's true, but the point of the video is to show whether or not various sizes would fit into rides, right? Like, I'm a 2X, I can fit. She's a 5X, she cannot. So if you're a 5X, you might not fit either. I think that's the point, but it does feel like they're dunking on Ashley constantly. There are always these extended scenes of her struggling to get into things and various stuff like that. Here's someone that agrees with him and says, I agree. Every time I see one of those we sit in the chair tester videos, she can literally never fit, and it's obvious she won't be able to. I don't know why they keep doing it. This person responds and says they are close friends. She is informing on what sizes fit and what sizes don't, so other people who may be those sizes have the information. Yeah, that's what I just said. This person says the 5X was doing the same to the 8X, and that's why they removed the 8X from the group. Are you kidding? Although, honestly, I'm not that shocked. So they used to have an 8X in the group, and then the girl that's a 5X was always trying to dunk on her. And now that she's gone, the 2X is always trying to dunk on the 5X. Okay. There was an 8X girl? Someone responds and says, she was honestly a 9X, but they called her an 8X. Yes, it's true. This comment says, the bread was not her favorite. Rides is one thing, but now talking if you can even fit in the restaurant? This person says, I've never wondered if I'd fit into a restaurant or booth. This comment reads, they played a whole light show and music while bringing out the bucket of ice cream for 4 obese people. I'm actually crying. Wait, there was a whole light show and music while they brought that out? Was that a Twinkie in the kitchen sink? Yes, I'm pretty sure I saw some Twinkies in there. Okay, so a lot of people say they've never wondered whether or not they would fit into a restaurant or a booth specifically. I'm still caught up on the wording. I don't know if I could fit into the restaurant. I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to make fun of these people or their size at all, and I definitely do not support that. The wording of that was really bizarre. I guess the point of that was to see whether or not we would fit into the booth, not the restaurant. We just worded it like that to trip me up. Thank you. Next.
Have you been dying to ride the Scrambler at Dollywood?
I've been dying.
You weren't weren't sure if you'd fit? Hey everyone, we're plus-size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Make sure you like this video and follow us for more plus-size tips and tricks. The Scrambler is a classic spinning attraction located in Country Fair. It rotates quickly in multiple directions, so if you're prone to motion sickness, this ride might not be for you. The ride vehicle
Alright, I'm gonna avoid that one. I don't even see how it's a ride to just spin in a circle.
has a bench seat that can fit up to 2 adults.
Oh good, I'm getting all dizzy. Wonderful. This is great. Those of you that don't get all dizzy probably find that to be fun. I have whatever issue that Moist Critical Charlie has, where when I got to a certain age, I started experiencing motion sickness when I got on rides. I think it's something to do with my inner ear.
Comfortably. There is a pretty big step up to get into the ride vehicle, and it does bounce slightly as you get in. If you have mobility challenges, make sure you take your time.
There's the extended scene struggling that seems to appear in every single video.
As you get in. If you have mobility challenges, make sure you take your time when boarding. The safety mechanisms for this ride are a seatbelt and a lap bar. Deanna and I were able to ride in one vehicle with the seatbelt buckling over both of us. The lap bar is attached to the door of the vehicle. The door does need to get to a certain position to lock as it latches from the outside. If you use an ECV, you will need to transfer into a manual wheelchair to enter the queue. Guests in wheelchairs must be able to walk onto the ride. Those of us sizes 2X through 4X were able to ride this comfortably.
It's crazy to use a mobility scooter to go from ride to ride. Like, you use the mobility scooter to go all the way to the ride, then you stand up and get out of it and use your own legs to walk over and sit in the ride. You ride the ride, then when it's over, you get out, walk out the short exit line, back to your mobility scooter, sit back in it, and start driving to the next ride. To me, that's wild. Like, seeing people that are able to use their legs freely get in and out of scooters and then just choose to putt around on the scooter is really wild to me. I'm not saying that people can't use whatever equipment they want.
We loved the Scrambler. It honestly made me feel like a little kid again, and it was so much fun. Just listen to us. We were definitely feeling a bit scrambled after. We hope that these tips help.
Alright, there they were showing us whether or not they could fit into the Scrambler. Let's take a look at the comments. This person says, Scrambler fighting for its life. By the way, I don't support anybody making fun of these people's physical appearance or their weight or whatever. I've never wondered if I fit in an amusement park ride, actually. I think if I had to wonder that it would be a wake-up call. This person says, when I was a kid, my tiny friend and I went on this with my dad. My tiny friend and I? That is so weird. That's how you think of your friend? That they're tiny? Okay, I don't even want to start talking about that. My friend cracked one of my dad's ribs somehow. Oops, sorry, Dad. This person asks, do you ever visit a gym? Forget about fitting, girl couldn't even step up to get in the ride. Man, they're so mean to that first girl, making her struggle to get into the cart as the hook for the video. Yeah, they often show her struggling with various things. She was demonstrating how large the step-up was. Right, she's always demonstrating something, and then they always have an extended scene of it, of her struggling to get into something or whatever. If you think they're being mean, it says more about your thought process, to be honest. No, they show extended scenes of her struggling to get into various things. And this isn't the first time. Next.
Have you been dying to ride Thunderhead at Dollywood?
I've been dying. Sorry, that joke's getting old now, huh?
But you weren't sure if you'd fit. Hey everyone, we're plus-size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Make sure you like this video and follow us for more plus-size tips and tricks. Thunderhead is a wooden roller coaster with speeds up to 55 miles per hour in a 100-foot drop. This ride features lots of twists and turns, so if you're prone to motion sickness, this might not be for you. There is a test seat located outside of the entrance to the ride. The ride vehicle is a cart with 2 seats separated by a divider. The safety mechanisms are a seatbelt and a lap bar, and both of them must be secured in order to ride. The lap bar does need to get to a certain position to lock. There's a small step down to get into the ride vehicle. If you use an ECV, you must transfer into a standard wheelchair in order to access the queue. You must also be able to...
If you're in an ECV, you must transfer into a standard wheelchair to get into the line. Okay, so ECV stands for Electric Convenience Vehicle. If you rode a mobility scooter to this ride, you will have to get out of the mobility scooter into a wheelchair and go the rest of the way in the line. So now we're using a wheelchair even though we can stand up and get out of our mobility scooter.
Walk on your own or with a companion into the ride vehicle. There are stairs to get to the loading station, but if you're unable to take the stairs, there is an elevator available as well. Katie and Sarah wear sizes 3X and 4X and were not able to get through a straight to lock in the test seat. Deanna and I wear sizes 2X and 3X and were able to fit. But when we tried sitting in the test seat together, the seatbelt wasn't long enough, so we were going to ride in separate cars. When we boarded the ride, I was unable to get the lap bar to the secured position and could not ride. Deanna was able to get the lap bar locked, but chose not to ride. We hope that these tips help.
This person says, the minute my hips don't fit through a turnstile, I would step up my fitness game. This is ridiculous. At what point do you realize, maybe I should hit the gym? I guess food addiction is a real thing, when you just can't stop slamming food. So, no one rode the ride because none of you could fit. Not a shocker. All rides should have a warning sign, not suitable for people who are 2X to 5X. I think everybody carries their weight differently, so a 2X on one person might not be quite the same as a 2X on another. One 2X might fit into a ride, whilst another does not. Okay, and we're gonna wrap up the video right there. In the first clip they asked, have you ever wanted to go to Beaches and Cream restaurant, but you weren't sure if you would fit? Which caused a lot of people in the comments section to freak out and say no, they've never wondered whether or not they would fit into a booth. Have you ever wondered whether or not you would fit into a restaurant, like through the door into the actual building, is what it sounded like. Someone also brought up the fact that they're always showing the 5X girl struggling to get into things, and apparently there used to be an 8X girl that's no longer with the group. Personally, I've never wondered whether or not I would fit into a booth or a restaurant, but what do you think? Leave a comment below. Also, please be sure to check out my Patreon, which is linked below, for uncensored and unhinged content. I've already uploaded part 3 of the Virgie Tovar book, and all future parts of that series are going to be uploaded over there. We're also going to be reacting to my 600-pound life and many other things, so please be sure to check that out. Happy Thursday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.